The janitor's mop squeaked softly across the marble floor of the grand lobby. No one ever really noticed him. People passed by with their expensive suits, briefcases, and loud voices as if he were invisible. But tonight, something was different. Something was about to happen that would change everything. And by the end, you'll understand why this story is not just about kindness, but about the power of humanity. So stay with me, because this one will leave you with goosebumps. And if you feel it too, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that restore your faith in people. Abdul was a quiet man in his late 50s, the kind who blended into the background of life. He had taken the janitor's job in the massive corporate tower not because it paid well, but because it was steady. He was a widower, raising his teenage son, and the job kept food on their small table and allowed him to pay for his son's schooling. Every day, as the city's elite walked through the lobby, Abdul would bow his head slightly, smile politely, and return to cleaning, unnoticed. One rainy evening, while most of the staff had left and the building grew quiet, Abdul saw an older woman sitting on one of the lobby chairs. She was dressed modestly, a simple shawl draped around her shoulders, and her eyes carried a tired but gentle expression. What struck him most was that she looked lost, not physically, but in the way her hands trembled as she held them together. Abdul approached her slowly, hesitant. "Madam, are you all right? Do you need help?" The woman looked up but didn't respond. Instead, she gestured awkwardly with her hands, moving them in ways that didn't seem random. Abdul realized it wasn't confusion, she was trying to speak, but with her hands. She was deaf. For a moment, Abdul froze. He hadn't used sign language in years. His late wife had been deaf, and to communicate with her, he had learned every letter, every gesture, every way of expressing love without a single sound. It all came rushing back to him in that instant. He signed slowly, hesitantly, "Are you okay?" Her eyes widened in surprise. Then she smiled, truly smiled, as if someone had just opened a locked door. She replied with quick, graceful movements, "You know sign." And in that quiet, echoing lobby, two strangers began to talk, not with voices but with hands and hearts. The woman told Abdul she had come to the building to meet her son, but she had been sitting for hours, waiting, because she didn't know how to tell the receptionist who she was. She was shy about her condition and rarely went out. Her son, she explained, was always busy, always running the empire he had built. Abdul didn't ask who her son was, he just listened, nodding, his hands moving steadily as he reassured her. "You're not alone," he signed. "I will wait with you until he comes." The woman's eyes welled up with tears. No one had shown her such patience in years. Time passed, and Abdul even went to the cafeteria, bringing her a warm cup of tea. They laughed silently together, exchanging stories. Abdul shared about his son's dreams of becoming a doctor, about how hard it was to make ends meet but how proud he was as a father. The woman, in turn, admitted her son had everything money could buy but still felt something was missing. Then the sound of hurried footsteps broke their little bubble. A tall man in a sharp suit stormed into the lobby, his phone pressed to his ear. His voice carried the weight of authority. "I told you, cancel the deal if they don't agree, I don't care about the loss." He hung up, frustration on his face. The older woman stood, her eyes softening as she watched him. Abdul noticed her trembling. She raised her hand slightly and signed just one word, "Son." Abdul's jaw dropped. He turned to the man. This was no ordinary businessman. This was Imran Khan, the billionaire CEO whose name was on the very building Abdul cleaned every night. Imran froze when he saw his mother, his hardened face breaking into shock. "Ami, what are you doing here? Why didn't anyone call me?" His mother struggled, trying to sign to him, but he looked helpless. He didn't know how to understand her. For years, he had been too busy building his empire to learn her language. And now, in front of her, he looked like a lost boy. Abdul stepped forward quietly. With gentle hands, he began translating. "She waited for you," Abdul signed and then spoke. "She sat here for hours because she wanted to see you." Imran's chest tightened. He looked between the janitor and his mother, shame washing over him. Through Abdul, his mother signed, "I miss you. Not the businessman, not the CEO. Just my son." The billionaire's eyes filled with tears. For the first time in years, he put his phone away, sat beside his mother, and held her hands. "I'm sorry, Ami. I've been blind, I forgot the one person who gave me everything." That night, Abdul faded into the background again, leaving the mother and son to reconnect. But Imran didn't forget him. The next morning, Imran called the janitor into his office. "You gave me back something money could never buy," he said. "From today, you're not just a janitor here. You're family." Imran offered to fund Abdul's son's entire education, giving him a scholarship to medical school. He also arranged sign language classes for his entire executive team, so that his mother would never feel voiceless again in his world. The company culture changed. Meetings started with compassion, the staff treated even the lowest worker with dignity, and slowly, the empire transformed into something more human. And Abdul, he still cleaned the floors, by choice. Because he said he found peace in simple work. But now, he walked the halls with respect. People didn't just pass him by anymore. They greeted him, smiled at him, and knew his name. The story of the janitor who spoke with his hands spread across the company and beyond. And it left everyone with one undeniable truth: sometimes, the quietest people carry the loudest lessons. So if this story touched you, remember, kindness costs nothing, but it changes everything. Like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more stories that remind us what truly matters.